Hello guys, it's Marta. Welcome to the chaos of March pruning and March gardening jobs. Today I will be tackling the jobs with my clematis. I will be showing you how I prune them, how I clean them. It's not that easy because there are many varieties of clematis and you prune them differently. So today we'll talk about that. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of varieties of clematis. So if you know your variety, it's very easy. You will check online which group it belongs to and then you will know how to prune them, because we prune them differently. Some we prune right to the ground, some we prune 30-40 centimeters from the ground, some we will prune 1.5 meters from the ground, and some we don't prune at all. So it's very important to know your variety, not to damage your plant and let it bloom perfectly. But if you do not know your variety, I will give you some guidance what to do to be safe at the end of this video. But now we'll start with all of your clematis. You have to do the same thing. You have to clean it. So we clean each variety from old leaves and those parts of leaves, those little leaf stems, because those are the parts where all of the insects and all of the diseases might thrive and they will harm your plant. So it's very important to do that. It is a job that takes a lot of time. You will need a tiny pruners and you will need to work, but the plants will definitely say thank you and then you will thrive thanks to your hard work. This clematis is called Comtesse de Bouchot. This is a clematis that flowers with big pink flowers in the summer. It looks beautiful. It grows on a plum tree here, and this clematis we prune very low. And before I do it, we will go stem by stem, cleaning all of those dead leaves, all of those leaf stems, and all of the dead parts. Sometimes you will find parts of the clematis that are dead. To see that, you will see that the inside of the stem will be completely white and beige. If it has something green, that means that it is alive. This type of clematis, Comtesse de Bouchot, should be pruned at this height, so 40 centimeters from the ground. But here I have a bit of a different situation. I have a lot of plants, so hydrangeas and higher growing plants that will bloom at this level. And I want to see the flowers on the tree because it looks amazing. It is a plum tree and it is filled with big pink flowers. I really love this effect. So I am pruning it a bit higher, so I'm pruning it at a meter height. You can see the buds are here, and I will be pruning at this height. But with this type, we should be pruning a bit lower. I will also be removing some of the dead stems. This clematis is more than 6 years old, and some of the old stems, they are brittle. You can see that they do not look that well. So some of them will be removed to rejuvenate the plant. This is what I really want for it, because when you have those stems that are brittle, there is a space where some of the insects and some of the diseases can get into our plant. Here you can see the old stems. They are brittled. They look like they're damaged. But when we look up, we'll see some of the stems on it. They have buds, they look healthy. But I really want to focus on the health of my plant. So I will remove at least some of them to rejuvenate the plant. We will cut some of the stems that are there, but it will stimulate the plant to push some new growth from the base. And this is what is important for me. So what is my plan? I will prune the plant at 1 meter height. Then I will remove those old stems and I will check which ones the parts are up here, and then I will clean only the remaining stems, so I don't clean those that I will have to discard. So I'm taking all of the stems. You can see beautiful fat buds here, and I'm seeing that those are really young stems that are very healthy, and I want to leave those. I will be taking them one by one. Let's check one more. This one looks beautiful. Yeah, this one is perfect. I will take it and I will clean it. I will cut right after a set of buds. Then I will come here and also remove all of those dead leaves, stems, cleaning everything as I go from top to the bottom. Anything that is dry, that is dead, is removed. And this stem looks really perfect and is perfectly clean. And then one by one, as I told you, this is a job that you will spend some time on, but the effect will be beautiful. Okay, everything is done. It really looks like a severe prune, but this year I'm always struggling. I look at those stems and the above part looks really good, but the base looked really bad. And I was like, what, so many stems, they look so good and I don't want to prune it. And I've been doing that for 3 years, guys. So this year I was like, we are having problems with some insects which are damaging our flowers of the clematis. So this year I am very, I would say, courageous with my pruning, and I'm rejuvenating the plants, and I'm hoping they will fight those insects better. So what now with our clematis? This clematis that's been pruned, the weather is beautiful, it's warm. If it gets some water, even without fertilizer, it will grow incredibly fast. What we need to do is to help it climb on our structures. I always use some kind of string, and after 30 centimeters of growth, I will surround it with a string so the support is better. Everything is fine when they climb, and if there is no wind, no like huge storm, everything is good. But then the storm comes, the wind comes, and sometimes the whole clematis will disattach from the structure and will flop on the ground. So by using string, by helping it climb and supporting it, we are helping it stick to the structure and just look beautiful all season long. So this clematis is a clematis that blooms early in the season. We can see it with the alliums, so at the beginning of June, even end of May. It has beautiful blue flowers, but we prune it higher. So it should be pruned at least 1 meter high, or even 1.5 meters. I think I will reach 1.5 meters if I stretch those stems, because those are really tangled there. I will also only here be pruning just after the bud and cleaning all of those leaves and stems, and then I will be distributing the stems like this, so each one has a lot of light. They aren't crowded, and they can breathe the air. That's always important, that your plants are not too crowded. So the big question is, what do I do if I do not know the variety of my clematis? I lost the tag, I don't have any receipt for what I bought, I don't know where to buy it. So if your clematis blooms, that is a great clue for us. Let's look when it bloomed. If it bloomed late in the season, in the summer, so July, August, you will know that this type of clematis, and it's really tall, you will know that this type of clematis you will prune very low, 30-40 centimeters from the ground. If your clematis bloomed early in the season, so maybe at the time when the alliums were blooming, so for my country this is the end of May, beginning of June, that means that you probably have those clematis, the big flower, early flowering types, that you should prune higher. So 1 meter is like the minimum, 1.5 meters would be perfect. If you have like a huge clematis, maybe it's montana, it bloomed in May, then we don't prune it at all. We just clean the leaves and clean the plant. And there is also the type Atragene or Atragene type. Those look like little ballet skirts, and those we also only cleaned, prune only dead stems, and they look beautiful, and they also bloom early in the season in May. But if your clematis never bloomed, you will be like, how do I know? Then prune your clematis at least 1 meter high, 1.5 meters would be perfect, and watch the blooming period. If it blooms, the clues were before when I said those clues, and look for this window. You will know which type of clematis you have, and also you can search for the plant by the flowers if it blooms. But crossing my fingers so you have beautiful blooms this year. Okay guys, please let me know what kind of clematis do you have. Maybe you live in a country that you don't have freezing temperatures and you have beautiful Montana clematis. I love those. When I saw them in England, I was like, I am in love, I want to have one. But in our country, they have a tendency to have those stems frozen during the winter. So unfortunately, Montana is not a way to go for me. But let me know what kind of clematis thrives in your country and which country that is. And let us know everything that you want to share about your clematis. It's always great to share our gardening knowledge. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, hit that bell button so you get all of the notifications about new videos where we are pruning, we are planting, and we will be watching the garden thrive. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.